Hey yo, what up? What up? It's Lamech with Selah Sports TV back at it again. Chill. So this will be a quick recap from the fight from yesterday, Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. I think it deserves another conversation. Very very entertaining fight. I won't call it the best fight I've seen, by a stretch, by any stretch of the imagination. Actually, the fight aesthetically, it was decent. It was a decent fight aesthetically, right? Better fight aesthetically than I thought it would be. I thought it would be a complete faint fest, right? But I ain't gonna lie, wanted Usyk was in the hurt business. I always said that I just didn't think he was in the hurt business, but he really was. He was trying to hurt Tyson Fury yesterday, and he accomplished that. He was able to get him hurt. Of course, if he had more time in that round, he probably ends the fight. But we all know that Tyson Fury, you know, he can recover pretty quickly, right? We've seen him do it several times. We've seen him down on the canvas several times, but never out. He has that Undertaker thing going on, right? But as we said in the pre-fight prediction video, Usyk is the type you either got to take something out of him, you got to take a big dent out of him early in the fight, or he's gonna really control the pace on you in the second half of the fight. I mean, he was really controlling the pace the whole fight, but he ramps it up in the second half. Now, I'm not sure how he does it. He's putting on all this weight. He's adding weight. He's moved up from cruiserweight, right? He's a heavyweight now, and um, fighting style hasn't changed at all. I'm not sure quite how he is able to do that, but props to him, you know. Props to that guy. He reminds me of Evander Holyfield, right? He does have a lot of that where he just always on his toes, he's always moving, and you know, well, we know Holyfield Holyfield had a little help. That's why he was able to do it. So I'm not sure how Usyk is, but props to him, man. Shout out to him. He went out there and took the fight from Tyson Fury when it mattered. Um, Tyson Fury, as you guys know, I was kind of pulling for Tyson Fury to get the victory, mostly, mostly because I was really looking forward to a fight with him and AJ, and the fight actually meaning something, with some belts on the line, but doesn't look like we're gonna get that. And here's why I say that. I'd be very surprised, very, very surprised, after listening to the post fight interview, the post fight press conference with Tyson Fury. Just didn't sound like he was looking forward to getting back in the ring with this guy, and I can't even say I'm surprised, man. You know, I can't say I'm surprised. I was hoping that but who knows? That's like emotions are still high at that time. We got to give these guys some time to get home, get around their families, take a break and see how they feel. So I'm not gonna slam Tyson Fury for not playing up the rematch right now. I would have liked to see him say, "Yeah, I'm going right back into a rematch," right? But truth of the matter is, these guys probably just need some time to recover. Usyk was really, really beat up. Tyson Fury barely had a scratch on him after the fight. That's not a good gauge of who's winning a fight, though, right? That's absolutely not a good gauge. Uh, this fight is no way in hell that Tyson Fury won this fight. Okay. Now, there's a way that it could have been a draw, but when I went back and basically, looked at my card, uh, no, there was really not a way for him to get a draw, and here's why. It just comes down to simple math. It's 12 rounds in a fight, right? 12. Um, Usyk won the first fight. Won the first round. Fury, I gave Fury the next 5. So out of 6 rounds, Fury won 5, right? And then the second half of the fight, you got 6 rounds left. The second half of the fight, I gave Usyk the next 5 rounds, right? And then I gave Tyson Fury the 12th round. So both guys won 6 rounds. If you follow along, both guys on my card won 6 rounds, but Usyk scored a knockdown. So it's very simple, right? It's very simple. Tyson Fury basically needed a knockdown. I'm not sure. I don't know why these guys coming to the 12th round not going for it. Like like it's not a good idea to assume that you're that far ahead that you don't have to go for it. Like, why would you leave it in the judge's hands? You've already been on the canvas. You've been on the canvas and he hasn't. Like, where do you get this sense of security that, yeah, I thought I was bossing the fight. Well, you were until you weren't. Right? I'm just gonna tell it like it is. You were until you weren't. So, um, yeah, I want fighters to start fighting the 12th round again. Right? The 12th round counts, bro. It really does. Now, with that said, I gave Tyson Fury the last round, but what he's saying is he would have went for it more. He would have stepped on the gas. Well, you should have did that. Like when he fought Wilder the first time, right? And he took that knockdown in the 12th round, right? He got up and pushed the gas. He got up and pushed the gas, but he didn't do that in this fight. That just sometimes these guys just get too comfortable. Like when he was coming back in that Wilder fight, the first fight, he knew he was nobody's media darling, right? He knew that the PBC was ready to screw him like that. He was basically coming up off the couch at that point. He wasn't the same guy that we see now, right? So he knew he had to work for it. But you got to keep that. You can't ever get rid of that. You can't ever get rid of it, especially when you've been knocked down, bro. You've been hurt and knocked down. You got to get that you need that lick back, man. But I will say this. Now I was rooting for Tyson Fury for the reasons that I already stated. But there's a big part of me that's really happy that Usyk won this fight. Just to humble this guy a little bit. Right? Humble this guy just a little bit. Humble these guys a little bit, right? These guys with a little bit too much swagger, right? Too much swagger. A little bit too much. And sometimes that's the best thing for you. But see, that's where we find out what you're really made of. He took a loss. Like, who's he gonna be at this point? Is he gonna be the guy who, bounces back? He gets angry and, gets in the gym and really takes his career seriously. He doesn't take a drink in between these fights. Well, we already know that's probably not gonna happen. But it'd be nice, right? It'd be nice to use this as a battery to recharge your career. But we just got to see how he chooses to handle this loss. One thing we know about Usyk is even if he lost, I don't think it would have changed him. I just don't. I don't think Usyk would change whether he wins or loses. He just doesn't seem. He's made of different stuff, right? He's just made of different stuff. And it's funny watching everybody praise Usyk and his personality. And guess what? I love Usyk's personality as well. The guy don't talk no shit. He is courageous. He fights everybody. He has an amazing skill, right? What can I say about his personality? But I'll say this: that used to be the natural setting for men. That used to be how all men operated. Like, go back to how all the boxers were back in, let's say, the 40s and 50s. Like, it wasn't a whole lot of, like, Ali brought all that, the trash talk and the rhyme, all that extra shit. And it's cool. It's cool, right? It made boxing a lot of money. But sometimes there are checks and balances that are needed, right? Like, sometimes things get a little out of whack. What am I talking about? Like, if you flick on the NBA, your average NBA game, right? Your average NBA game, what are you gonna see? You're gonna see a bunch of guys running up and down the court, right? Every play, every single play, every single fucking play is either gonna be a guy flexing for the camera or a guy flopping for the refs, right? Flexing or flopping, flexing or flopping. There's no chill. It's like nobody stands their ground and just does their job. Everything is it's really hard to explain. It's like everything is like a show, has to be a show for something. And I don't know if this is I don't know if this is an effect of social media, like everybody's trying to create a viral moment. I mean, even LeBron, you would think somebody with the success that LeBron's had, the success that LeBron's had in the league. I mean, what? He's going in the year 22. He's got 4 championships. He's got 4 championships in 22 years. But yeah. But even with him, right? Even with him, he's constantly mean mugging the camera or complaining to the refs, flopping or flexing. There's no more regular plays. There's no more plays where you go to the hole, you get stripped, or you go to the hole, get your shot blocked, and you just run back on defense, right? You run back on defense to try to stop the other team from scoring. No, 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 no. Now it's like everything is flexing or flopping. And I think it's some of that in boxing too. Like, bring back stoicism. How about that? That's the word I was looking for. Usyk is a stoic, right? Usyk is a stoic. But I'm getting into personality traits and everything, and people are gonna be who they want to be, But that I'm just saying that's why people find Usyk so refreshing. That's the reason, because he doesn't do any of that fuckboy shit, right? He goes in there, fights, and that's it. Like, he performed that way with a kid on the way, right? He had a baby. I believe he missed his daughter's birth, right? Preparing for this camp. Like, can you imagine? Like, he had to prepare, go through this training camp, away from his newborn. So, yeah, man, the guy, he's a tough guy. He's a true tough guy. True tough guy. Doesn't matter about how Lamech feels about his fighting style, right? Doesn't matter how I feel about his fighting style. It matters how he feels about his fighting style. But yeah, I'll say overall, man, it's good for boxing. Bring this guy down a little bit, Tyson Fury. Get back in the gym. Take your shit seriously. You're not untouchable, right? A man born from his mother beat you, right? A blown up middleweight got the best of you, knocked you down. You didn't knock him down, right? It happens. Now you got to get back on the horse and get yourself recharged. As for AJ, you know what? If AJ wants to fight Usyk again, I'd be high. I would like that. I really would like that. Would I favor AJ to beat Usyk? I'm not sure, man. Usyk, man, he's just, I don't know. I don't know if I'd favor it. I want to see AJ go through one more of these fights, right? Handle Hergovic. Go ahead and handle Philip Hergovic, right? And I would like to see that. I want to see that fight. I got to see a little bit more from AJ. And if AJ can run through Philip Hergovic, I probably would. I probably could favor AJ against Usyk. I could, because let's face it, man. Those fights that he fought Usyk, that I don't know what the fuck that was. And I'm taking zero away from Usyk. I'm taking nothing away from him. I'm saying AJ went life and death with that guy, and he fought like shit. He fought like shit against Usyk twice and went life and death. I mean, he could have won either one of those fights. He didn't. Usyk won, right? But what I'm saying is it was close enough. And you weren't even on your A game. Not even close. So who knows? With this Ben Davison version, who knows? But for now, it's Usyk's moment. He's undisputed champion at heavyweight. I'm not sure how long Usyk sticks around. He's making really, really, really big money. You know, he's making really big money. If he does go into a Tyson Fury rematch, and wins it, I'm not sure Usyk sticks around after that, right? I think he's the type of guy that would, like, he'll stick around for the rematch because he signed up for it. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's stoic. Hey, I signed up for it. I'm here for it. Now, if Fury finds a way to get out of that rematch and goes and does something else, goes and fights AJ, I could see Usyk walking away from the sport. I could see that. I could see him saying, you know what, fuck this guy. I'm not gonna stick around and start fighting, taking lower fights, for much less money just to stick around, and probably still this guy still might not fight me anyway. You know what I mean? So it depends. A lot is riding on Tyson Fury at this point. A lot is riding on Tyson Fury and how he chooses to proceed. AJ and Fury is a huge fight. Would have been a lot bigger had Fury won. I'm not sure how the money works out with Fury taking a loss here. But even that depends a lot on with AJ. Now AJ's up to bat again, right? AJ, well, after the Hergovic, we got to see what him and Hergovic do, But AJ's he's about to be right back in the spotlight. About to be right back in the spotlight. I'm I am interested, though, on the side note. I'm interested as to how AJ viewed the results of that fight, between Usyk and Fury. Like, is he disappointed because Fury basically blew the bag? They had something lined up, and AJ had his eyes on those belts. Is that what it was? Or is AJ like, oh, so now you see how it feels, motherfucker. So now I ain't got to hear you talking all that stupid shit that you've been talking. Right? Welcome to the one loss club. Even though AJ has 3. But you have to have 1 before you have 3, right? So welcome to the club, buddy. Is it one of those types of things? I'm interested. So, side note, kind of petty, but we'll see. Anyway, if you like the video, bang out on that like button one time. Peace.